Hey, welcome back. This is Apostolic Praise 101, Lesson 6. In this lesson, I'm going to go over the key of G, the major and the minor chords that are found in it, the major scale, and also get into some other really neat stuff as far as the write your own songs again, and also learning what an octave is and how we can use it as a chord. Okay, so great. Let's get started. The first and most important thing whenever we're learning any new key is, of course, the major scale. So the notes in the G major scale are simply G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So you've got one black note, which is F sharp. All of your Fs will be F sharps in the key of G. And your fingering is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, 1, 2, 3, same as the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do the same thing in the key of G that we do in every other key in C and F. We give numbers to each one of the notes in the major scale. So G is going to be your 1 chord, A is your 2, B is your 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is 6, F sharp is 7. And of course we know that the 1, the 4, and the 5 chords are all going to be majors, and the 2, the 3, and the 6 are all going to be minors. So automatically you know your 1 chord, which is G, will be G major, your 4 chord, which is C, will be C major, and your 5 chord, which is D, will be D major. And that's going to be a new chord for us, D, F sharp, A, D major chord. Don't get confused with D minor chord, which is D, F, A, and has a small M after it. So in the key of G, your 5 chords are major, D, F sharp, A. Okay, also your 2 chord is going to be A minor, your 6 chord is going to be E minor, and your 3 chord, here's a new one again, is going to be B minor. So we have B, D, and F sharp. B, D, and F sharp. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get started with exercise song number 1 for the 1, the 4, and the 5 chords. Great, and song number 2 is used with the Roman numerals. 1 chord, which is G, 4 chord, C, 5 chord D, 4 chord C, 1 chord G, okay, and song number 3, we're going to have the song with all of the minor chords in it. I'm going to start with E minor, A minor, E minor again, then B minor, we have an ending on a G, as we're in the key of G. There you could actually end on G or on E minor. Okay, and one last song, song number 4, which has your 1, your 2, your 4, your 5, and your 6 chords in it. And of course, you notice there we used our 4/5 chord, which in the key of G is C in your right hand and a D note in your left hand. That's your repeat chord, your 4/5 chord. And now let's look at some inversions. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and run over some of the inversions in the key of G. So first of all, we're going to be starting with G major chord. We've already looked at this one a couple of times, the inversions in it. We'll do it one more time here. So G, B, D is your root position, or G1. B, D, G, first inversion, and then D, G, B for your second inversion. C, we've already looked at that one. We'll do it one more time. C, E, G, E, G, C, G, C, E. And our new one, D, D, F sharp, A, F sharp, A, D, and A, D, F sharp. And remember, the fingering on these is pretty important as well. We basically use 1, 3, 5 on all of them, except the second one after the root position. You always want to use 1, 2, 5 instead of 1, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 5 on first inversion. Okay, let's run over E minor, E, G, B, G, B, E, and B, E, G, and A minor, A, C, E, C, E, A, E, A, C, and our new one, B minor, B, D, F sharp, same fingering, kind of slide your finger between those two black notes, D, F sharp, B, same fingering, that thumb, second finger, and pinky there, and then F sharp, B, D. Practice those inversions, get them down really well, and like we went over, I think it was in lesson 4, practice using them in the song. That's really where you're going to start making a big difference in how you sound. It's gonna start sounding a lot better when you start using these different inversions as opposed to just using one single inversion. So basically, anytime you come to a G chord, you can use any one of those 3 different inversions. But remember that one of those inversions is going to sound better than the other 2, and you want to try to find that perfect inversion there that's going to sound the best. That's going to match the melody note the best. Okay, let's go ahead and I won't go through the write your own songs. I'll let you go ahead and do that. We've already done that in the key of C and F, so you probably have a pretty good handle on how to write your own songs. The key of G is the same. Very important. Go through and do this. Familiarize yourself with the chords, the major and minor chords that are in the key of G, and get used to kind of playing around with the different order of progressions and everything. Let's go ahead and look at Anointing and Surround Me. One quick note. I don't believe we've mentioned this yet, but if you'll notice in the song Anointing, a very important progression here. You have the 3 chord going to the 6 chord, going to the 2 chord, going to the 5 chord, going to the 1 chord. This progression is very important. Music tends to like to move in what are called fourths. In other words, from your 3 to your 6 here, which is B to E, that's a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 notes apart. From your 6 to your 2, E to A, those are 4 notes apart. Okay, from your 2 to your 5, A to D, those are 4 notes apart. Okay, and then from your 5 to your 1, those are also 4 notes apart, as well as from your 1 to your 4, G to C. This goes for every single key, but music tends to move in fourths. If you play the 3, most of the time it's going to go to the 6 afterwards. Most of the time the 6 goes to the 2. Most of the time the 2 goes to the 5. And then most of the time the 5 goes to the 1. And most of the time the 1 will go to the 4. Or you can think of it in terms of notes. B likes to go to E. E likes to go to A likes to go to D. D likes to go to G. G likes to go to C. So if you can think of these progressions, think in these orders, music will begin to make a lot more sense to you. But anyways, real quick example of Anointing, very common progression there that happens a lot. If you look at the end of Surround Me, O Lord, once again, you see the E going to the A, which then goes to the D, which then goes to the G. Okay, and then you repeat the song with the 4 over 5 chord. So these progressions happen a lot, and they really help you when it comes to playing by ear and understanding not only how to play the songs, but also how music works in general. Okay, so fantastic. So hope you're enjoying these. Let's go ahead and get into playing Anointing and Surround Me in the key of G. Okay, welcome back. So let's go ahead and jump into Anointing and Surround Me, O Lord, in the key of G. First of all, we'll start off with, let's go ahead and start with Anointing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you'll notice that the second time through we threw some different inversions in there, some of those broken chord fills, and we ended, of course, on the first inversion. And basically, that's when you're ending a song, ending on first inversion of the one chord is a great way to end it because you have that one note at the top, which gives it a really good ending sound. Okay, and let's go ahead and run over Surround Me, O Lord. And one thing you can do for an intro in a lot of these songs, I was going to mention this a minute ago, is you can actually play the last line of the song to do an intro. So for instance, we'll do this in Surround Me, O Lord. We're going to start on the A minor, D, G, and then do the repeat chord, and then jump into the beginning of the song. This is a great intro for you to do if you're ever playing for a singer in church, which is what we want you to get to, or if you're playing even for the choir or for regular church service. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and let's go ahead and run into what is an octave? An octave is simply the same note or chord that is played 8 alphabetical notes higher on the piano. So for example, C, middle C, to this C is an octave higher than middle C. This C is an octave lower than middle C. Okay, here's an A. This higher A is an octave higher. In other words, it's 8 notes higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octa means 8, so 8 notes higher than the other one. One quick example of using this chord in an actual, as a song, as a chord, would be like this. Okay, we do that a lot. We also play just the note as a fill. You'll see that, you'll hear that a lot when you're playing music. Just to give you a quick example, when we're playing like the octave chord fill song below, you'll see how there's little parentheses around one of the slashes. Typically, now that you've reached this point, you're probably at a stage where you may be looking for more songs. We've only learned really a couple of songs. We focused on Surround Me, O Lord, and Anointing for the particular reason so that you can see how they function in different keys, but yet they use the same Roman numerals. So now what I want to do is actually show you, we also have a chorus book available, which has a lot of great Pentecostal songs, contemporary songs, the Apostolic Praise Complete Chorus Book. It has 120 popular Pentecostal choruses, as it says on the front, anything from Amazing Grace to Here I Am to Worship, This Is How We Overcome, some of the newer songs in there that folks have been singing lately. How Great Is Our God, I believe, is in there. There's just some really good stuff in there. So anyways, if you get the chance, it's on sale on our bookstore. We have free shipping going on right now, and I believe the course book is listed on there for, I believe it's $45. It may be $40. I honestly can't remember exactly how much it is at the moment, but it's on there. You can go. Feel free to purchase it, and it will really be a blessing to you. What's great about it is not just written with just your basic chords, but it's actually written with some really neat chords like you're going to be learning in these next couple of lessons. So maybe get it on order now, so when we get to those lessons you have some really cool songs to be learning. And of course, if you don't know the songs and you get the chorus book, if you don't know the chords already and you get the chorus book, all you have to do is just play the basic. If it says C something 7, just play the C major chord. If it says C minor something 7, 9, 11, just play the C minor. You can always just go back and play the most basic chord instead of having to play the higher numbered chords. So anyways, that may be a huge blessing to you. I hope these lessons are as well, and we'll see you next week. Go and get ready for your final exam. God bless.